Hi, Joe. How are you?
Hi, Nikki. How are you?
I'm great. Pleasure
Good.
to meet you. And I want to say congrats on Top Gun Maverick. It exceeded my expectations.
Oh,
And
good.
yeah, I think I love it more than the original.
Oh,
So
wow. Thank
congrats.
you.
Yeah. So Top Gun is such a beloved film. And, when you were jumping into directing this, what was important to you in bringing this new story to life?
I want to make sure we were telling a character-driven story like the first film. So, obviously Maverick is at the center of it, and having, Tom back in that role was the first thing I had to accomplish. So I, went to him and pitched this idea of a rite of passage story for Maverick, and focusing on his relationship with Rooster, Goose's son. I think that's what kind of got the hooks into Tom and gave him a reason to come back. So that was the most important thing.
Nice. And there, are some incredible flight scenes in this movie. What part did technology play? And also the camera work was just phenomenal. What went into that?
A lot of effort. It took about 15 months to figure out how to get those cameras into the Super Hornet aircraft. There's 6 IMAX quality cameras inside the airplane. We had 2 to 4 cameras mounted on the outside of the plane. But our goal was to capture as much of this film for real as possible. So that's how you do it. But it was a huge effort. We worked very closely with the Navy to figure out how to do that.
Nice. And there was a scene where you have an F-18 flying like very close to the ground. What was that like?
That was one of the most harrowing sequences of the whole film. We had to get special permission from the Navy. We had to bring in the Navy's one of their top pilots, call sign Walleye, who was specialized in low-level flying. And then that sequence was shot under 50, under 50 feet below or above the ground. So very, very low. Usually the lowest they ever go is 200 feet. So this was under 50 feet, at 500 miles per hour. I was out in the desert when we were shooting that. They were flying right over our head. You felt the shock wave in your body when they went by. It was just epic filmmaking, and you'll see that all on screen.
Yeah. And did the cast have to go through any special training to work with these jets?
Oh, for sure. They had 3 months of aerial training that Tom designed himself, going through 5 different types of aircraft. And then we also had to send them through the Navy underwater training. So in case they had to eject or the plane landed in the water, they had to be able to get out of their belt while being, upside down and submerged. So it was really intense swimming training, but they had to go through all of that in order to even sit in the jet.
Nice. And you've worked obviously with Tom before. What was it like working with him on this project? I know also he likes to do all of his own stunts. Was he able to fly it all during this film?
Yep, he's able to fly himself in a few parts of this film. I had worked with him before, so I just knew how dedicated he would be and how hard he works. It's everything you've heard before, just very, very passionate about making the best movie he can. Really wants to please a huge audience. He loves the theatrical experience, and that's why he makes movies. So I feel very lucky to have an actor like that, especially for a film that took as much effort as this.
Yes. And also working with Jerry Bruckheimer. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
He's just the consummate producer. There's a reason why the directors that he works with keep coming back over and over. I think he did 3 or 4 films with Tony Scott. He's just an amazing collaborator. He has so much experience. He has a great eye for talent. He's supportive of the director. He loves music. He loves entertaining an audience. And I just feel very honored to be able to work with him.
Awesome. Well, Joe, thank you for your time. Thanks so much. And hopefully we'll chat again soon.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.